Ever notice how people only talk about dreams once they have already made it? Nobody talks about the middle, the weird part where you have this vision for your life that feels so real in your chest, but your actual reality still looks nothing like it. I was googling again this morning. How do people retire early? How do you build a life that actually you want? How do you know if you are doing the right thing? And I realized something. Maybe constantly searching isn't proof that we are lost. Maybe it's what happens when you are trying to build a life nobody around you has taught you how to build. And I think a lot of us are there right now. There is this feeling nobody prepares you for when you start wanting different life. At first, it feels exciting. You discover financial freedom, slow living, freedom over your time. You start imagining a life that actually feels like yours. And for a second, it's beautiful. But then the fog comes in. You start questioning everything. Where do I even begin? Am I behind? Am I doing enough? What if I fail? What if this dream only sounds good in my head? And the hardest part is the excitement and the confusion exist together. At the exact same time, you can deeply believe in something and still feel completely lost while building it. And honestly, I think that's normal. Because when you are trying to create a life that's different from the default one, there usually isn't a clear map for it. Okay, so this took me a while to understand. The reason you can't find the perfect roadmap online is because most people only explain their life after everything works out. Every successful person sounds certain when they are telling the story backwards. But while they were actually living it, they were confused too. Nobody building something meaningful fully knows what they are doing in the beginning. They just keep moving, and eventually the path starts making sense later. That changed something for me because I stopped thinking, why don't I have the clarity yet? And started thinking maybe clarity comes from the movement, not before it. So I watch people who have already reached the kind of life I want all the time, not because I'm jealous, because they remind me that life is possible. And the biggest difference I notice in them is they are not surviving anymore, they are living. And there is a difference. Surviving feels like recovery from life every weekend. Living feels like waking up without feeling trapped inside your own routine. That's the thing I am chasing. Not luxury, not status, just freedom. Something I have learned recently is you have to be careful who you share your dreams with because not everybody is building towards the same definition of life. Some people want bigger houses, some people want status, some people want security, and none of those things were wrong. But personally, I want peace. I want my time. I want ownership over my mornings, my energy, my decisions. And when someone doesn't understand that dream, their advice start coming from a completely different rule book. So now I protected my vision more carefully, not because it's weak, because it matters. And honestly, the people who help me the most are not the people who have all the answers. It's possible who feel the same pull towards something different. The people who say, yeah, me too. Those people matter more than they realize. So, what do you actually do when you have a dream with no roadmap? This is what's helping me right now. First, I stopped trying to figure out my entire future. That was exhausting. Now I just focus on the next step. Not the next 10 years, just what's the one thing I can do today that moves me slightly closer to the life I want. That's it. Because tiny things repeated consistently becomes entire lives. Second, I stopped feeling guilty for searching all the time. The videos, the books, the rabbit holes, the late night searching. I used to think I was wasting my time. But now I think searching is part of the process because when there is no external map, you build an internal compass. little by little. And third one, this one changed everything for me. I stopped treating the dream like a destination and started treating it like a direction. Because destinations make you feel late, direction makes you feel aligned. A direction simply means even if I am moving slowly, even if I am confused, even if I am still figuring out things, I'm still facing the right way. And sometimes that's enough to keep going. I think the middle is the hardest part of any dream, not the beginning, not the ending, the middle. Because the middle is repetitive, it's ordinary, it's choosing the same vision again and again without immediate proof that it's working. And nobody really romanticizes that part. But honestly, I think that's where your life is happening, not after you make it right now, on random Tuesday, on boring mornings, on the days where nothing dramatic happens, but you still choose to continue anyway. That matters more than we think, because every time you keep showing up for a life you believe in, even quietly, you are already becoming the person capable of living. Recently, I started looking at successful people differently. I used to think they were special. Now I think they are just committed longer than the most people. That's it. At one point, they were also confused, they also doubted themselves, they also had moments where nothing made sense yet, but they kept moving anyway. And eventually, the life they imagined stopped being imaginary. I think that's the part we forgot. Dreams doesn't suddenly appear finished. They slowly become real while you are busy doubting yourself. No, I don't have the roadmap yet. I'm still in the middle of this. I'm still searching. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to build a life that feels honest to me. I'm no longer waiting to feel 100% certain before moving forward, because maybe nobody ever feels that way. Maybe the real goal is simply this: to know which direction feels true to you and keep choosing it, even slowly, even imperfectly, even on a random Tuesday. And if you are in the middle too, I hope this video reminded you that you are not failing, you are just building something that doesn't come with instructions. I'll see you in the next one.